Okay, so let's see one more problem here wherein we are designing a high pass filter. Okay, so the last problem that you had done was basically designing a band pass filter, right? Okay, I'll go back to that, though I have explained it. I will, once I finish this particular problem, I'll go back to that and tell you something about the question that they may ask you and how exactly you may have to represent it diagrammatically like I have done here, so that you will get to know like which exactly the filter is being asked in case if they don't mention it here. Okay, now what are they asking here? Here they're asking you to design a Butterworth analog high pass filter that will meet the following specifications. See, this Butterworth and Chebyshev, be it for high pass, band stop, or low pass filter, these are the designing methods. Okay, the way you are realizing using the Butterworth, using the Chebyshev, you can go for designing any of these filters, right? Your high pass, band pass, any of this. So if they give you in the question like design a high pass filter or low pass filter, okay, either of the method you will have to realize it to calculate your n, to calculate your transfer function, further converting that into your required filter. Clear? Okay. Like in the previous problem, they had not mentioned it directly whether it is Butterworth or Chebyshev. I think rather they had mentioned that as monotonic frequency response, from which we understood that it was nothing but a Butterworth. So we would of course require a filter, okay, filter design procedure, correct? And you have those two design procedures with respect to the Butterworth and Chebyshev. Okay, so any filter that you are going to design out of the four, okay, filter type, in order to design it, you would be making use of either the Butterworth or Chebyshev method. Hopefully it is clear. Okay, now which type of filter you're designing, okay, that you have to decide depending upon the specification that they have given in the question. If they give directly, it is fine. If not, you need to understand it, and I would prefer that you first represent it this way so that you will clearly get to know what is your omega, p, ap and as depending upon whatever they have given in words. Okay, all right. Now see here, what are they saying? Maximum passband attenuation is 2 dB. Passband edge frequency is 200 radian per second. Minimum stopband attenuation is 20 dB, and stopband edge frequency is your 100 radian per second. Clear? Okay, now if I represent in my x-axis the frequency, so I will have my 100 radian first, starting from my 0, I'll have my 100 radian first, then comes my 200 radian. Correct? Okay, all right. Now this 100 radian is representing what, and 200 radian is representing what? You should see here 100 radian is corresponding to the stop band edge frequency, whereas your 200 radian is corresponding to your pass band edge frequency. So see here, your stop band edge frequency is coming before your pass band, so it is nothing but a high pass filter. So they have given here, I'm just trying to make you understand with the specification how you can understand. If they give you the upper and lower cutoff frequency, further you need to understand whether it will be a band pass or a band stop, depending upon what omega is and omega p, how they have given and where you will be placed. Okay, clear. So the, AS and AP will be fine. I guess stop band attenuation is 20 dB and your pass band attenuation is 2 dB. Clear? So this is your high pass filter. Okay, that is, it is obstructing some signal in this particular frequency ranges, and we assume like it has a transition band in between and allowing further. Okay, see, when it comes to your low pass and high pass filter, we consider the cutoff frequency. Why? Because we understand the transition band is bit wide. But when it comes to the band pass and band stop filters, we can neglect this cutoff frequency. Okay, so in the previous problem that you have done, if you remember the video that I posted you just before this, okay, in that you were designing a band pass filter, right? Yes. In that, what were you doing? You just open and see. In that you calculated, okay, they had given you specification for band pass. As according to the procedure, you had to design it using the Butterworth filter. So first you calculated anything, you will be deriving it from a low pass filter. Correct. So you have got your normalized low pass prototype filter, correct, wherein omega p will be by default 1, omega s you have calculated using your backward equation, correct. So once you got that, you calculated your n, then you calculated your poles, you have written your transfer function, and then what you have done, you had to calculate, did you, after calculating your h of s, did you replace your s by any cutoff frequencies? No, you have not done, correct. What you have done directly, since you wanted to design a band pass, so you use the transformation equation, that is you replaced s by whatever was required for you to convert that into band pass. You have just replaced that in the transfer function in place of s, and you have got the equation, correct. When it comes to the low pass and high pass, it is essential that after calculating the transfer function, listen to me carefully, after calculating the transfer function h of s, you will first substitute your s by the cutoff frequency. Cutoff frequency in the sense, you have s by cutoff frequency. First you will have to calculate your cutoff frequency omega c, then you will substitute by s by omega c, and then if you have to convert it into high pass or low pass, you have to replace your s by the corresponding transformation equation that I had given you. Am I clear? Okay, so you just make a comparison between this particular problem that you are going to see here and the band pass filter design. There no concept of cutoff frequency. The reason is, in the low pass and the high pass, they understand that the cutoff frequency region width is quite high, whereas in band pass and band stop it is narrow. Okay, all right. Now come to this particular problem. So you have got this, you have drawn this with respect to the specifications given. Then first thing what we will do is, we will first get our normalized low pass prototype. From there only we will derive the transfer function and then do the required changes, right? So omega p by default is 1. This does not change. Omega s we have to calculate. How will we calculate omega s? Omega s will be calculated by the backward design equation. So you have to see in the tabular column that I have given, omega s was equal to omega p by omega s dash. What is this omega s dash? This omega s dash is nothing but the stop band edge frequency of the desired filter, that is that you are going to design, that high pass. Okay, so these two values are given, 200 by 100 you have got to. Now next what you have to do, they have told you like you have to use either Butterworth, you have to use Butterworth here. Okay, so Butterworth filter you are taking, so you have to calculate first n. So do we have all the value? Omega p by default it is 1, omega s will be 2, a, b and as is given, so n you would calculate. Okay, please do practice this, just don't see and go through it, right? Write it once, twice, because the problems are quite lengthy here, requires more calculation, more patience. If you just see and if you okay, if you have understood for that moment, you would understand. When it comes to you people to solve it, it would be difficult. Okay, please don't leave it as it is. Okay. Alright, so now you know to calculate the poles just with respect to Butterworth. Chebyshev, it will be different, cos h formula will come. Okay, so sk e to the power j5k, you have a 5k, you have written, you have calculated, so 4, so it is Butterworth, so k start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. If it would have been Chebyshev, you will write 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, please don't make mistake in these things, such silly things. Okay, just you need concentration here. So phi naught you have calculated, okay, by substituting the value of n and k. Similarly, phi 1, phi 2, phi 3 you will calculate and you will get your s naught, s1, s3. So transfer function for 4. See, I have written 4 here, that is nothing but it is indicating 4 poles. Okay, in your s plane, that this is s is your s plane. Okay, so transfer function time domain. So 1 by whatever s minus this thing, s minus s naught, s minus s1, s minus s2, s minus s3 you got. You have solved it. Now see, we are determining the omega c. Okay, and how is omega? We have done this. When it comes to, if you remember the Butterworth and Chebyshev filter problems that we have solved, in the Butterworth filter we have calculated omega c and we have substituted in the transfer function. Correct? Why? All the filters that we had designed there was low pass filter. That was just the beginning, so we had not come to this transformation stage yet. That was basically concentrating only on how to design using the Butterworth and Chebyshev filter. Clear? It was all low pass, so you had made use of omega c. Now here omega c you will calculate with all the values given, then you would substitute in the transfer function. Okay, your h of s will be In h of s, s will be s by omega c. You would replace whatever you have got. This is your prototype. Okay, prototypes you have calculated. Now once you have done this, our intention is not this. Our intention is to design a high pass filter, right? So high pass filter, how will you calculate? You are calculating it by substituting in the transfer function that you have obtained s by omega p by s. And what is omega p? 200 and s. You are substituting and you are calculating it. Is that fine? Is that fine? I hope there should not be any confusion here. Okay, alright. Till here it is fine. Now, they may sometimes ask you to verify the design. If they ask you to verify the design, all that you have to do is you have to substitute s wherever you have with j omega. Okay, substitute s by j omega, and here, so your left hand side, this will become h of j omega. Take mod of it. You would square root the denominator part. Okay, you would square root take the square root of the denominator part. Okay, and whatever value you would obtain, okay, h of j omega with respect to omega p and omega s of the desired. I'm talking about the band pass. See, do not put omega p and omega s as 1 and 2. No. Okay, so it is with respect to the filter that you intended to design, the question given. Okay, so whatever value you obtain, okay, in that substitute omega. See, all your j terms, whatever you will have, when you substitute j omega, here j will be there. When you take magnitude of the j terms will go. Wherever omega you have, you would replace that by, once you replace it by 200 in this equation. Okay, take log of it, multiply it by 20, it should give you minus 2 dB. That is nothing but attenuation for that particular frequency. Okay, similarly, you might not get the exact one. It might change a little bit here and there, but it should be absolutely fine. I mean, you can understand that at least if you are getting to the nearer value. Okay, this design process can be asked for any problem. Anywhere, if they ask you to verify this design, okay, so all that you have to do is whatever you have calculated in h of s, you substitute omega, whatever, wherever s is there, replace it by j omega, take the magnitude of that, and then replace it by the value of omega p and omega s. Take log of the answer, multiply it by 20, that is 20 log. Okay, that was the attenuation. Okay, so you see whether you are getting it. That is one way of verifying the design process that you have done. They may sometimes ask you. Clear? Okay, so see, I repeat here, when it comes to the high pass and low pass transfer function you have calculated, in s you would substitute first s by omega c. Okay, then whatever you are obtaining in s, you would substitute the transformation equation. When it comes to band pass and band stop, whatever h of s you have calculated, directly in that equation, wherever s is there, you would substitute the transfer function, you would substitute the transformation equation. Am I clear? Okay, now this problem I leave it for you people to do. Okay, so I will just discuss about this, and then only I will leave you, so that you can easily solve it. You'll be able to draw this. Okay, so what is the problem asking you to do? Now, problem is asking you to design a low pass filter. A low pass filter. See, the method using what you have to design will be given. Getting my point? Whether it is in the sense like whether it will be Butterworth or whether it will be Chebyshev. Okay, they will mention. Okay, what filter you have to design, they may not very clearly give you, but they will give you the frequencies. Okay, and you have to draw it like what we had seen here. Okay, something of this sort, so that you will get to know. Or if you have practiced well with the question, when you read itself, you will get to know, like, okay, fine, this they are given the specification for this particular filter, so we may have to do this. Okay, so here again they have given analog low pass filter. So they have given low pass filter, I am telling you in case if they don't. Okay, analog low pass filter, maximally flat. Now you know that maximally flat is nothing but, I told you while taking Butterworth filter. Butterworth filter is sometimes called as also maximally flat filter. So you would make use of Butterworth filter for the design process here. Clear? Okay, now that will have a 1 dB cutoff frequency at 75 Hertz. Okay, at 75 Hertz. Okay, and have greater than 20 dB of attenuation for all frequencies greater than 150 hertz. Okay, so till cutoff frequency we assume, see, if you remember, I had told you omega p, omega s between we consider omega c, and we say this omega c is that particular frequency till where we assume that it allows the frequencies to pass through. Beyond that it stops. Okay, so at the x-axis you will have your 75 first and 150 hertz after that, correct, and that will have 1 dB cutoff frequency. So 1 dB at 75 and greater than 20 dB for the attenuation. Okay, so uh, when you draw it, you will get your omega p cutoff frequency. Omega p it allows till there. Okay, so 1 dB omega p is 75 hertz, and 1 dB becomes your AP, 150 becomes your omega s, and your AS becomes your 20 dB. Okay, so minus attenuation will be in minus, so you can consider both in minus. Okay, so now you have this. Okay, so AP is already 1 dB. So now what you will have to do, you can directly calculate the what do you say, the N. Okay, so calculate your N, then whatever you are obtaining, transfer function you calculate. Okay, h of s with respect to the poles that you would obtain. Okay, then you omega c you have to calculate. Omega c, once you calculate, wherever s you have the transfer function, you replace it by s by omega c value, the calculated value, and that will be done. Now see, it is to design a low pass filter. So for designing a low pass filter, now after calculating the cutoff frequency and replacing s by omega c, what is the equation says, what do you have to convert it into? If you have to calculate the low pass filter, low pass to low pass in analog transformation, low pass to low pass is nothing but your s by omega p. So our omega p is nothing but 1 here, so s by 1 it is nothing but s, so there is no change to be made there. Again, whatever, clear what I said? So process goes on similar way, whatever. So n omega s is given. Okay, so it is for low pass it is given. So n you calculate using Butterworth. Transfer function you calculate in transformation s wherever you have, since it is low pass, s by omega c. Calculate omega c and substitute wherever s is there by s by omega c. Okay, then you can ask me like, why don't I substitute the low pass transformation equation? Now if you go back and see the low pass transformation equation, I have written low pass to low pass. In that, when you are converting from low pass to low pass, s is equal to s by omega p. Our omega p is 1, so s will be replaced by s by 1, that is nothing but s, so it remains the same. Okay, so you can verify the design by substituting s equal to j omega, taking magnitude of it, whatever is omega p and omega s, substitute, take log of it, multiply it by 20, and see whether you are getting almost to the nearer at least values in the range of 20s. At least you are getting your stop band frequencies or no, and what is your pass band attenuation, you can just check.